Morning, children. This is Venugopal for Little Hearts Publications with English Book 3. The lesson number 3, the value of time. What do you understand by the word time? Children, can you explain the term time? It's not possible. Okay. Time is measured in hours, days, years, minutes, seconds. Okay. That also, of course, we know. Can you value the time? Can you say this is the value of time? 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, or 2 lakh rupees, like that. Can you say that time has some value? Can you fix a price for time? Suppose the time that is passed or that is wasted, can it be got back again? Now, for example, today is the 10th of July, let us suppose, or 11th of July. Can you get back the day 1st of July 2020 once again? No. Once it is passed forever. You may lose money, you can earn it back. You can get it back. You can earn it again by working hard. But once you lose the time, you can never get it back. Time is so precious, you cannot quote a price for time. You cannot value the time. Or you cannot fix the value of time in terms of rupees or dollars. Every moment that is passed forever. You cannot get it back. Okay, children? So, here in this story, what is going to happen? Why the writer talks about the value of time? What exactly is the value of time? If we do not follow the time, or if we are not able to make the use of time properly, what happens as a result? We can see in this story. We can learn from this story how much precious time is. You cannot count that in terms of money. Okay, children, let us study this story. Let us learn the story. In a village, there once lived a farmer. He would start working in his field with the first rays of the sun till it was twilight. Where did the farmer live? In a village, right? When did he start working in the field, children? He would start working in his field with the first rays of the sun. What do you mean by the first rays of the sun? From the sunrise, from the time of the sunrise till it was twilight. Twilight means what? The soft glowing light from the sky when the sun is below the horizon. When the sun sets, still you can have some light there in the evening. Still it glows, still there is a daytime like this, even after the sun sets. That is called twilight. That means from the time of the sunrise till the sunset, this farmer would work in his field. He was hardworking, very hardworking in nature. We can understand it from the way he worked in his fields from early in the morning. With the first rays of the sun, he would wake up till the sun sets there in the west. He would continue to work in the fields. That means he is hard working in nature. But his son Bhikkhu, he had a son by name Bhikkhu. Though young, was fun loving. He was young, very young to this farmer. Younger, but he was fun loving. He was just fun loving, means he wanted to enjoy the time. He was lazy, means he would not like to do any work, and would spend his time sleeping, either sleeping or gossiping, means just idle talking. He just used to spend his time talking idly to the others, or while sleeping there on his bed, enjoying the fun, and just lazing away, just whiling away the time. He would not do any work. How does the son Bhikkhu spend his time? He spends his time just by lazing away, by sleeping otherwise, or spend his time gossiping. His laziness annoyed the farmer, irritated the farmer. Bhikkhu's laziness really angered the farmer. And he would often think of a way that would stir his young son to make active. Always the farmer would think of a way. He wanted to think or find a way by which he would be able to arouse or inspire emotions in his young son. He would like to arouse the feeling of responsibility, inspiration, or some kind of emotions there in his lazy son. He would always think about the way how he could change his son's behavior. One day he called Bhikkhu and said, so he decided to talk to his son first. He called his son, for you all, value of time. Be very careful. Okay, children? One day he called Bhikkhu and said, my son, since you wake up late, you have never seen the sunrise from the horizon, nor have you heard the songs of the chirping birds. Son, you know the beautiful nature. Since you wake up late, because, my son, you always wake up late, you have never seen the sunrise from the horizon. What do you mean by horizon, children? Horizon. You generally get this word in social studies. Horizon is the place or the point where the earth and sky seem to touch each other or meet each other. When you look at a distance from the top of your building, you can see, children, at a long point, long distance away, you can see, you feel as if the sun, the sky and the earth are touching each other. But do they touch each other, children? Do you know? Do they touch each other? Do you think that the sky and the earth touch each other at any point of time, anywhere? Not at all. But it appears so. So, that is what is called horizon. When the sun starts rising from this horizon, you have never seen that, child, my son. Nor have you heard the songs of the chirping birds. What is the meaning of chirping birds? Early in the morning, generally you see the birds starting or shouting or making a sound, uttering a sound lively and a jolly way while flying away from their nests. Till they come back in the evening to their nest, they will be just moving around, flying around in the sky in search of food and water for themselves. Okay? Because you have never woken up early, or because you have always woke up late, you have never seen the sunrise, nor have you seen the heard the chirping of birds. Get up, my son, and see how the breeze bends the trees. Get up early in the morning, my son. You can see how the wind makes the big trees also bend. With its caring touch. Caring touch means the breeze. Breeze means a gentle wind. How the gentle wind bends the trees with its soft touch, caring touch, loving touch. You shall feel delighted. Once you see all these things early in the morning, my son, you shall feel delighted. You shall feel very happy. You will be very happy. You may be inspired then to work in the field and learn the value of time. When you wake up early and see all these things, my son, you will be inspired. You get motivated. You get inspired then to work in the field along with me and learn the value of time. Now you are wasting the time simply sleeping there, otherwise gossiping, involving or indulging in idle talk, or simply passing the time away. In this way you are spending the time, my son. But only when you get up early, once you see the birds, chirping of birds, you hear the chirping of birds and you see the sun rising from the horizon, and you feel the gentle breeze bending the trees with their soft touch, loving touch, caring touch, then you also will feel inspired to start working in the fields and learn the value of time. Bhikkhu promised to do as bidden. Bidden means ordered. As ordered by his father, Bhikkhu promised, yes, dad, yes, father, I would wake up early. But the next morning, sleep again overtook him, and he did not go to work. Next morning, as usual. This day he promised his father that he would wake up early and see for himself all the things that his father had talked about earlier. But the next morning, as usual, he got up late. Sleep again overtook him, and he did not go to work. The farmer called him again and said, look here, my son, nature goes by a certain design and teaches us to work in time. Again the farmer called his son the next day also and told him like this, my son, nature goes by a certain design, means it's a certain fashion. Nature goes with its routine work, and the nature teaches us to work in time. What does the nature teach us every day? The nature teaches us. Nature means what? Our surroundings, our environment. This is all called nature. The sky, the trees, the earth, the wind, which cannot be seen, of course, and many things, all the things around us come under nature. The nature has a certain design. It follows a certain timing and teaches us to do particular thing during a particular period of time in a day. Did you ever see the sun rising late or the moon not appearing in the sky at night? Son, I ask you a question. Did you ever see the sun rising late? The sun rises at its original time. Maybe when there are clouds, you may not be able to see. That doesn't mean that the sun has not risen. If the sun has not risen, this lighting you would not get from anywhere. Did you ever see the sun rising late or the moon not appearing in the sky at night? No, it's not possible. The sun never rises late and the moon never stops appearing in the sky. In nature's design, every moment is precious. In nature's work, every moment means every second is precious, valuable. Look at the white lily that blossoms only once in a year when the rain comes. See, look at that lily flower, my dear son. That blossoms only once in a year when the rain comes. When the rain is gone, the little lily is gone. When the rain stops, the lilies also stop blossoming. Money once spent can be got back, but time once lost is lost forever. Remember this, my son. Money once spent, you can get it back. Anything that you lost, you can get. But time once lost is lost forever. So, do what you have to do without any loss of time. So, what is your duty? Whatever you have to do during a day, do that without any loss of time. Okay, my son, like that he told him on the second day. But this sermonizing too fell flat on Bhikkhu's ears. Sermonizing means what? Saying good words, giving good advice. This second day sermonizing by his father also fell flat on Bhikkhu's ears. Fell flat means what? failed to inspire Bhikkhu's ears. It fell flat means it fell on the deaf ears of the son Bhikkhu. The farmer called him again and said, one day, the third day, his father called him again and said, far away in this field, there is a barren tree. Barren tree means what? A tree without branches or leaves. Completely dried up tree. In the far corner of this field, my dear son, there is a barren tree. In the hollow of the tree, I have hidden some gold for you. If there is a hollow in the tree, hollow means an empty space that is formed in the trunk of a tree, that is called a hollow. In that hollow of the tree, that barren tree, I have hidden a bag of gold for you. Some gold. A stray bird has covered the hollow with dry leaves and straw. Now, a stray bird means, what do you mean by a stray bird? A bird which is moving here and there aimlessly, that has filled that. A stray bird has covered the hollow with dry leaves and straw. That complete hollow is covered with straw and dry leaves by that bird. No one would ever know about it. So nobody would ever know about the gold hidden there in the hollow of the tree. Go, my son, in the morning when the bird is gone, and bring the gold. So when the bird flies away in the morning, my son, go there with the bird and bring the gold from the barren tree. Bhikkhu was tempted to go, but was overtaken by laziness. Bhikkhu was tempted to go. He was incited, he was enticed to go. He was interested in going, but he again was overtaken by sleep, by laziness. He was defeated by the laziness. Again laziness won over him. He said to himself, where is the hurry to go today? Who knows about the hidden gold? He thought, what did he think, my dear children? He said to himself like that, where is the hurry to go today? Father already has said that nobody would ever be able to know about the gold hidden there in the hollow of the tree. Who knows about the hidden gold? Okay, I will take it some other day, like that he thought. So Bhikkhu put off for another day. Put off means postponed. He put off his decision to go to that particular corner of the field to get the gold for another day. Now, it so happened that a poor woodcutter went there the next day. What happened the next day? A poor woodcutter, it happened like that, went to the tree. Finding the tree dry, he cut it down. He saw it was a barren tree. It was completely branchless and leaf. There were no leaves at all. It had no vegetation at all, no greenery. So finding the tree dry, he cut it down. He was pleasantly amazed to find a bag full of gold in the hollow of the tree that he cut, and he took it home. He was really amazed to find a bag of gold in the hollow of the tree that he cut, and he took it home. Thus, Bhikkhu's laziness cost him a fortune. So because of his laziness, what had Bhikkhu lost? His fortune, his wealth he had lost. Had he gone to fetch the gold as soon as the farmer asked him to, he would have been rich. If at all this Bhikkhu had gone to fetch the gold as soon as his father had told him about that, he would have been rich today. He would have got a lot of gold with him. Repentance would not bring the gold back. Repentance means what? Act of feeling sorry for a wrong that was committed. When you commit a wrong, then afterwards repenting over that, feeling sorry about that what you have lost is of no use, because that repentance cannot get him the gold back now. Bhikkhu should have known the value of time. What does it mean, children? Bhikkhu did not know the value of time. He should have known the value of time. He should have acted on the spur of the movement. Very quickly, the moment he got that news, He could have got that stimulus or inspiration or incentive. The spur of the moment he should have acted. Then he could have been spared the agony of the loss of wealth. He could have been spared means what? He could have escaped the agony. Agony means pain. Extreme mental or physical suffering he could have avoided, if at all he had done it in time as his father had told him. So, do today what you have planned to do tomorrow, and do it now itself what you have planned to do today. So, what do you understand from this, children? What moral do you get? Do today what you have planned to do tomorrow. Once you put off the work, that is the end of your life. And what you want to do today, do it now itself. You understand? This is the moral that we have to learn from this story, children. What you have planned to do tomorrow, do it today. What you want to do it today, do it now itself. At this moment itself. Do you like the story, children? Do you understand the value of time? Whatever you lost can be got back, but the lost time can never be got back. Once the time is lost, it is lost forever. Okay, children, the exercises and questions we will be discussing in the next class. It will be sent through WhatsApp.